I should probably have picked this anyway. I'll just hit myself in the face. This is a buddy read with Becca from Becca in the Books. No, it's not. This is a buddy.
Hey. Hello, Papa.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today is the day we pick my TBR. So, if you don't know, I have changed the way I do my TBR this year. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Lisa and I do my TBR in a very weird way. So, in December last year, I will link it up here, down below, wherever. I asked 12 of my friends to pick a prompt and a book that they would like to see me read this year. So the prompts could be anything, the books could be anything from my Goodreads, whether I owned it or not, from my want to read list. Oh god. I then decided that I wanted to get through my Kindle backlist this year. So hence the game of Jars. So one of these has my 12 books, 12 prompts challenge in them, and one of them has my Kindle backlist on them. That's the other way around. And I will pick one from each of these jars, and these are my base TBR. These are the books that I definitely 100% want to get to this month. I have to get to really this month. Otherwise I will receive a punishment. As well as these books, I do have to read whatever books I mention in this video, unless I say that they are just books that I want to get to. So anything that is a book club pick, a readathon prompt, or a read-along book, unless I say these are books I would just like to get to, I need to read them. Oh, but he reads as well. This leads me on to how I did this month. I still have 5 books that I'm supposed to be reading this month. Actually 6. Actually 7. Oh my god. I need to finish Kate in Waiting, because that's the prompt for Chloe's 12 books, 12 prompts pick, which was a book with theatre in it. I also have Fireblood that I started an audiobook today. I also have Addie LaRue that I have to get to, that I put on my TBR. I also put Brightstorm on there for Middle Grade Monthly. I also put Priory of the Orange Tree on there, which was supposed to be a buddy read. And Plain Bad Heroines, which was also a book club pick for the group chat that I'm in with my friends. And the books that I wanted to get to were Death Note and We Were Liars. Oh, and also this one was a magical readathon prompt. So 8 books I'm supposed to finish by Thursday. Normally what I would do is if I start the book by the end of the month, I won't take a punishment. I don't normally make myself finish the book for it to be classed as a pass. However, the downfall of that is in February, yes, you heard me right, February, I started Threat of Shadows. Didn't give myself a punishment, and I still haven't picked that book back up. So I'm changing the rules of my game. I'm going to change it so that I have to have finished the book, or be as near as damn it. Like, if I have a couple of chapters left at the end of the month, I won't take a punishment. But I either have to finish the book or be a significant way through the book in order for me not to take a punishment. But there is absolutely no way that I'm going to get through all those books by Thursday. Yes, I am travelling for most of the day on Wednesday, but I have some videos to film tonight. I need to edit these videos, and I need to pre-edit and schedule a video for next Monday when I'm at Becca's. There's not going to be much reading that I can get done, probably tonight, tomorrow really. So that leaves me 8 books to read, and 2 of them are over 600 pages. So I'm going to take a punishment. So before I pick from my jars, with the good prompts and the prompts that I know that I'm going to, I say that, but these Kindle books I've been picking, I have absolutely no clue what they are. Oh, in fact, it's 9 books, because I need to read my Kindle book, and I still haven't read my Kindle book. In my defence, not that it is a defence, if I had not veered off my TBR and read Crush and Covet consecutively. It took like 4 days. I probably would have been further with my own TBR now. I had to read Crush and Covet because they were there, and I got the pretty hardback and it was really nice. I enjoyed them. They were good books. Both 5 stars. So, I'm picking from my punishment jar. I asked on Twitter if people could give me punishments. So people gave me punishments. So... oh, I don't see this as a punishment. So, Kendra, ignore my really crappy handwriting. So, Kendra's punishment was read for the same amount of time as your average screen time. I'm guessing she means in one sitting. I don't have my phone on me right now. I will insert a clip when I get my phone of what my average screen time is, if I even know how to find that on my phone. I don't look at that stuff because it's a lot. It's a lot. But that to me is not necessarily a punishment, so yay for me. Hallelujah. Let's just dive in and pick my picks. This is my Kindle jar. And I really need to add to this as well, because I've acquired some more Kindle books since these were added. Some of these are like NetGalley arcs and things as well, I think. So, ooh, this was by an indie author, and I think I already DNF'd this once, but here we go. So, this is Darling Dark by Natalie Bennett. From what I remember, this is what we would call a Kindle Unlimited book. I think this is actually still on Kindle Unlimited. So, I think that'll be okay. I remember that book. The author did kindly send it me. Okay, sorry, just put the jar back. The author did kindly send me a copy of that for review, but I think I don't know if at the time I was in the mood for smut. This was at the time where I was really struggling to read in general, and I think I'd over requested and underestimated my mental health at that time, and I literally shut down. So the DNF may have been me and not the book, but we'll see. So that is the first one. Okay, so this is the 12 books 12 prompts jar. Let's root around in here and see who we've got. Oh, we don't want two, we want one. We have got, oh, I forgot she even picked this. So there we go, Becca. And for April we've got Becca. I totally forgot that she'd picked this. So Priory of the Orange Tree was on my March TBR. So is it fair that I didn't finish it? Probably. So the book that Becca wanted me to pick up was Priory of the Orange Tree. So that was going on my TBR again in April. So the buddy read that we did kind of fell apart anyway, because so many people were like slumping and not ready for Priory yet. But the prompt is a Becca rec. I'm going to pick City of Fallen Angels, because I need to read this for the By the Angel Along anyway. She'll probably pick this anyway, because you should see what my TBR is going to be like. It's going to be fun. So, this is the 4th book in the Shadowhunters series, the first series of books. And yeah, this is the By the Angel Along book. So I'm going to put this as my Becca rec. Speaking of read-alongs, this is the chunkiest of the books so far. This is Blood Promise and book 4 in the VA along run by Liv from Live in Magical Bookland. This follows a girl called Rose, and she lives in a vampire academy. She's a vampire, and it's just a whole world of vampires and magic, and I don't really want to say too much, but we are in the 4th. I was 6 in the first lot. The next series we're doing is Bloodline for the back end of the year, but we are over halfway now. We are getting to the juicy bits of this series, which I'm really starting to enjoy a lot more than at the beginning. So I haven't seen the announcement for Middle Grade Monthly, so I don't know if they're still doing it, when they're going to announce it, but I won't be able to put that book on my Able TBR unless I already have it and can fit in with what I'm currently doing. So there'll be no Middle Grade Monthly this month, unfortunately, but there are some other books. There are a few other books, and there's not as many as I would normally pick, but you'll see why in a minute. So first up is a book that I've already started this month, which is Of Blood and Fire by Ryan. I don't know if it's Cahill or Cahill, but he is Irish, so I'm just gonna say Cahill now. I was saying Cahill before, but I'm gonna say Cahill because Irish. And this is the first in a adult fantasy series, and I just love the mat cover. And can we just appreciate the cover on there as well? And this is a broken binding version, and it is also signed by Ryan. And I read The Fall, which is the novella that is set 400 years prior to this. I don't know if it was the right way to read it. We'll see. You do get a bit of background into the different peoples within this world in that 94-page novella, so there's quite a lot to take in, but I really enjoyed it, and I gave it 4 stars, I think. And I started on this, but I'm not very far in at all, so I got the audiobook and I wanted the physical book to read alongside. So I will be reading, oh, I keep hitting myself, I will be reading this at some point this month as well. Next up we have Cold from the North. Now this is something I'm going to say I would like to get to. It's not going to be put on my permanent like set April TBR. I'm going to put it as this is something I would like to get to, because you will see from a couple of the books I'm going to mention that these are military, battle, fantasy, adult. I am taking part in the Realmathon, and this is hosted by Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy. Basically, to get extra points, the books that you read, if they are a Cassie fave, a military fantasy, then you get more points. Hence the reason why I would like to get this on my TBR for this month. So for those of you who don't know, the Realmathon is a month-long readathon. I will leave the announcement video down below where Cassie explains everything, the realms, who you pick, how to choose, etc. And I will leave her video link down below. The prompts that you pick, you can pick 5 prompts per book. So your prompts can either increase or decrease the magic within the realm. I'm in the realm of Bale, and the co-rulers are Mel from Eleanor Reads and Becky from Becker of the Books. And I'm going to try and fit in as many books as possible that fit the fantasy romance subgenre of fantasy, as well as mixing in with a bit of military fantasy. That being said, I have a few fantasy romances that I want to get onto my TBR. The first 3 being a lovely series that I'm very behind on the hype for. So these 3 absolute chunkers, which is From Blood and Ash, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, and Crown of Gilded Bones, I am going to try and get through all 3 of these this month. I have been told they are all quick reads, so despite them being lengthy, I've been told they're quite easy to digest and get through, so I'm hoping that maybe I can get through them quite quickly. Another book that I want to get to is Beautiful Nightmares by KJ Sutton. This is the 4th in the Fortune and Swan series, and it is also a chunker. I don't have it in my hand right now because I'm getting it delivered on Tuesday, hopefully. And yeah, I've seen pictures of how thick it is, but once again, Fortuna Sworn for me is a very easy read. I could literally whack on the audiobook and immerse myself in it for a chunk of time and, you know, do it, like, get it done in 1 or 2 sittings. It is so quick for me. So I'm really hoping that that can also rack up some points. So I'm not sure if my books are going to be increasing my realm's power or decreasing other people's realm's power. So this is why I said I'm going to try and get my books, my prompts to fit the books that I'm picking rather than the other way around. So I know I'm going to get points for picking military fantasy and fantasy romance, but the extra bits, I'm gonna see which ones to pick. These are very generic prompts, so I will hopefully get enough points per book, if that makes sense. Next up, I'll be reading Rage of Dragons. This is a buddy read with Becca from Becca Fowle. We have both wanted to read this for a while. I bought this for her because I want her to read it. You know, she needs to read it and I want to read it. So we've decided that the first couple of weeks of next month, in April, we are going to buddy read this. And I've also got this on audiobook because it is a chonker and the writing's not that small, to be honest. But it's, I've heard this is a revenge style military fantasy, and where he's not the good guy. Next up, we have Nightblood. I'm reading Fireblood right now. I would love to... Oh, another floppy one. I would love a looper. This is another book that I really would like to get to next month so I can finish off the series. Because I have a thing, as do a lot of readers, we have this thing where we start series and don't finish them. Unfortunately, I still need to film that video as well. I have way more series unfinished, or not caught up on than I thought. Rebecca called me out on her. She called me out to me. She sent me a message and she was like, I don't believe that that's the only amount of unfinished series that you've got, or series that you've not caught up on yet. And she was right. I have way more than I thought I did. So if I can start and finish a series within a few months, progress. So this is going to be one that I really want to get to. I don't know if I can class this as a fantasy romance. I think I can. It has romance in it. It's quite heavily romance near the end, I think. I'm going to see what Fireblood is like and see if this continues the same way. But I might be able to class this as fantasy romance. I don't know. We'll see. But I need to get this. I think this is also I think that's also the chunkiest out of the series. Yet again. And then another buddy read we've got going on. It's Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. Hunger of the Gods comes out in April. I was wanting to get this. Oh, this was gifted to me by Rosie, by the way. I'm actually buddy reading this with Rosie as well, hopefully. But I really want to get this done before, but it just hasn't happened. So Hunger of the Gods comes out mid-April, so I can put that on May's TBR. This also goes towards the Realm of Readathons. Realmathon. See what I'm doing? I am going to be all fantasied out at this point. I need to grab myself some cute little manga or contemporary to break up all this fantasy. Yeah, there is a lot there, isn't there? That is my main set TBR with a few tentative, would like to get 2 books in there. But that is generally, if I don't finish all of these books or get a significant way through the majority of these books, then I will be taking another punishment next month. With Priory of the Orange Tree, I'm taking a punishment for this month anyway, so I might as well just go back to the beginning of this book and start it again in April, because I was so overwhelmed with this book. I've forgotten what the first part of this is. I have a chunky AF TBR. I don't know how many pages that is. If I can count it all up and add them all onto my core so it counts up the pages, I will put it down below as to what my page count is thus far. Because, oh, no. I also have A Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter by Theodora Goss. That is the book club pick that Becca picked, or Rebecca, who's one of my friends in my little group. She picked that for our monthly book club pick. So I'll be reading that as well. That's not that big. That was a very quick and easy read, so I'm not worried about that. I don't know if I can class it as a fantasy book though. I'll try and make it fit some prompts somewhere. That is everything, I think. See, I don't have a lot of books. I only have 12 books on my TBR. Nope. I only have 13 books. 14. Oh shit. I only have 14 books on my TBR, but they are all quite thick. Oh god. Right, okay. So I'm editing my video, and I forgot to include Illborn on my TBR, which is a buddy read with Chelsea from Not So Secret Bookaholic. So there's that to add to the TBR as well. This is just a mess. Much luck is needed. Thank you. I don't know what I'm doing myself. Yeah, I definitely need some graphic novels to break this up. But I don't have any nice thin graphic novels. I only have my chunky manga. Might have to read a volume of manga. Anyway, this video's been going on long enough. Wish me luck. My fingers are crossed. I need help. Send help.